His numbers weren't quite where they were when he came on the start of the season.
Yeah, I think, right, you know the name, then you see the film, so he's gonna be number one on everybody's scouting report. I thought he had some really good looks. Last game at Springfield, Mass, he had a great layup, it was a great look. I take that shot anytime with 58 seconds to go. We have great confidence in him, and I think, our ability to play him a few less minutes is really helpful, right? I think we have a ton of guys, so you're not having to play him 39, 40 minutes a game. I think it helps him, and he's just a guy that we have great confidence in.
Is this you had Mateo kind of ready for inserting against that zone today?
He's always ready. We just come into practice. Look, I've said it all year. Our two teams move guys around. Practice is really competitive. Like it's a fight. Like probably 50-50 split who wins. We go cherry white. We do different drills. Losing team, we got to run a 22, so that brings it up even more. Even at shoot around, we do a drill where hey, losers got to run a 22 at the first practice after the next game. So I think credit to our assistant coaches, and I think they do a great job of keeping everybody ready, so that when their number is called, they're ready to go.
Rebounding's obviously been something that you've been preaching for a long time, obviously, because we were able to win the rebounding battle today, not only there, but in the offensive board as well, which has been a struggle. Was there anything that you guys kind of changed up when it comes to that, or just guards coming in, or what kind of helped you guys with the rebounding today?
Yeah, I think I have to go back and look, but I think the last 4 games we've done a much better job. We showed our team some numbers, and our first shot defense was like 0.77 points per possession, which is excellent, right? You don't win a lot of games. And then we give up an offensive rebound and it jumps to like 1.18, and you're like, oh, there you go, right? So we've got to do a great job. We emphasize it. We've really focused on our guys going to the glass and getting more opportunities. I thought, you look at the Davidson game, Elijah Gray's offensive rebounds were huge in that game. So I think it's just more comfortable knowing what we're trying to do. But yeah, rebounding obviously and defense are the two staples that we try to focus on.
And the guard play as well. I mean, you had 4 different guards finish with double-digit points, and while like Shane Dezzoni also has had a really big step up these last couple of games, at starting a little slow, both ends of the fourth end. But how have you felt about the guards in total and Shane Dezzoni specifically as well?
Yeah, Shane, I think I've said this before, Shane missed the first 25 practices of the season, right? So now you're in preseason, you're ready for the first game, and he comes back for like the last 3 practices in place, so it's going to take some time. But again, I think we have a lot of guys. I think our minutes were balanced there, our shot attempts were balanced, and I think that's what we preach. Like, if you don't care about your numbers, and you heard Mashburn say, if you really care about winning and losing, you can do something special. And that's been our whole focus. Again, there's a guy, Dylan Battie, who's probably shooting, 79% of the year, didn't get into that, but he was great in Rhode Island. Just was different matchup things, and he knows that. He knows we need him. So I think when you can put the team first, and that's what we've really tried to focus on since the time we got together this summer.
Coach, you told me before the season that Quante was looking great, so I don't think what he's doing is a surprise to you, maybe to outsiders, but what has he done that's made him so good, and how important is he to what you're doing this year?
He stayed. How many guys stay now, right? If you do a stat, I'd love to see a project on guys that stay in a program with all this transfer portal and people moving around. He stayed. And I think he continued to know our system. So now you're not learning concepts. Now you're just working on your game. And I think he did an amazing job. Great credit to him all summer, all fall, working on his game. And now the other stuff's easy to him. We can call set. He knows what we're trying to do defensively. So, I think staying has been the key. And I think it's something that you'll see. I hope we see more of it across the country. Guys stay and get better in a program like it used to be.
And similar to what I asked Jamal, how do you feel about how the non-conference went, and then looking ahead to American, based on what you've done, what do you think you can do?
Yeah, I think we challenged ourselves. Our schedule, I looked at it last night going into this game. I think we were 3rd in our league in non-conference strength of schedule, right? You have 5 home games. You're on the road or neutral site for 8. I think that 5 home games is the least amount any team has played in our league. But we do that to prepare us for league play. You go and play 3 games in 7 days against a really good Hofstra team on the road. Then you come back and play a really good Davidson team at home. Then you go to Springfield, Mass and play Rhode Island. Those are tough games. So I think we scheduled that way to prepare for the league. And look, would you like to win a couple more? Sure. We also could have lost a couple more too. So you got to learn from each one and keep getting better. That's what I think we're doing. I thought we've gotten better each game since Villanova. Probably we've gotten better each game.
What is your sort of perspective on Lynn now, 2 weeks in, chemistry-wise with guys, his shot?
Yeah, it's gonna come, right? It's again, another guy who, you're on scout team for a while, now you flip back over, and then injuries occur, now you're in a starting lineup, right? So it's things of that nature. I think just, we gotta continue to grow, and we gotta continue to know that we've got a lot of guys that we're confident in. He's one of them, we're really confident. We've all seen him play in this room at other universities, he's a really good player.
Coach, I'm not sure if you talked to these guys about it, but Coach L retiring, I know he means a lot to you. What can you say about his retirement and how important he's been to your career?
Yeah, I mean, I owe everything to Coach O. Thursday was a hard day. It really was. He's the person I look up most to in this industry. He's the person I call whenever I need something or have a question. Not to mention his best assistant coach ever, his wife, Mrs. L. But he's the greatest. I don't think anybody can build a program the way he's done it. He's won at 3 places that have historically not won through the years. Again, they have some good teams, but to do that at 3 places, like, he's somebody special. He's a Hall of Fame. And again, I can't tell you, he's family to us. It was emotional for me when I found out, and then I got to talk to him. And basically, I just told him I love him, I'm grateful, and there's not a day since I've been a head coach that I don't make a decision or do something that is because of what I learned from him. And that's what I told him. Every day I make a decision based on my experience being around Coach L. So like I said, he's the best. I hope he can watch us play a little bit more now. Give me some feedback.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.